We're going to do the first page of the Transformation Study Guide. So this first one says reflect the figure over the x-axis. The x-axis is this one right here. So we're going to take this rectangle and flip it down over the x-axis. So all you have to do is take each corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to flip it down underneath. So if you look, X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away from the x-axis. So I go straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I put a point right there. And I write X again, but I put that little apostrophe. That's called X prime. That means that has been reflected. W is 3 spaces away. 1, 2, 3. So I go directly below it. 1, 2, 3. Again, I put W prime with that little apostrophe. Y is 6 spaces away. So I go 6 spaces underneath, directly in line with the X, and I put that little apostrophe. And Z is 3 spaces away. So I come underneath 3 spaces and put that little apostrophe. Now, once I've got them all graphed, it's important to use a ruler that helps you to keep the lines straight so that you can tell if your new reflected shape is a match to the original, which with a reflection, it should be an exact match. We want it to be an exact match. And if it helps, you can use your pencil or highlighter or something, you can shade it in. Sometimes that helps me. Okay? So there is the reflected rectangle WXYZ. Now down here it wants us to mark these true or false. It says the corresponding sides in the pre-image and image are congruent. What it means is, does this side match this side? Does this side match this side? They are exactly the same size and shape because reflections make congruent shapes. So that is true. The next statement says the reflection changed the orientation of the vertices. So what that means is when I go around this shape, the order of the letters, W, X, Y, Z, W, X, Y, Z. Can I go around this shape and say the letters in that same order? W, Z, Y, X. It's not the same, okay? So the orientation changed of the vertices, that's true. So when we reflect a shape, it changes the way it's facing and it changes the name, the letter of the order. The order of the letters is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's go to number 2. Translate this figure 8 units left and 2 units up. So we're going to take each point and we're going to move 8 units left, 2 units up. So I'm going to start with the T, 8 units to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 units up. 1, 2. I'm going to graph it right there. I'm going to put T prime with that little apostrophe. I'm just sliding it over. 8 to the left and 2 up. I'm going to do the same thing with S. 8 to the left and 2 up. And rectangles are pretty easy because you know where they're supposed to land because they have to be in line with each other. U is 8 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 up. V, 8 to the left and 2 up. And again, if it helps you, you can shade it in with your pencil or a highlighter or something. to show that that's the new one. And then we're going to look at this shape. It looks identical to the first one. It's just in a new place. And we're going to mark these true or false. It says the pre-image is located in quadrant 3. So let's take a second and label the quadrants just to make sure we remember what they are. This is 1. This is 2. Remember, they're Roman numerals. This is 3. And this one's 4. So the pre-image is the shape before we started. So true or false, the pre-image is in quadrant 3. This number is 4. So the pre-image is actually in quadrant 4. The new one is in quadrant 3, but the original is in quadrant 4. Okay? So you may want to write that down, that pre-image means original. This one says the pre-image and image are congruent figures. Now that is true. They look exactly the same. It's just in a new location. Okay? All right. We're going to go down to number 3. This time it's a square, not a rectangle, I think. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. This one's a 4x4 square, and we're going to rotate 90 degrees clockwise. Remember, clockwise means with the hands of the clock. So the clock rotates like this, a normal clock. So when we rotate clockwise, that's exactly what we're doing. Okay? We're going to take this square and we're going to rotate it clockwise 90 degrees. That means it's going to end up here because the clock goes like this, and 90 degrees is 1 quadrant away. The thing we have to remember is you have to take the X and Y and you have to switch places. Okay, so watch how I count. This is at -2, -2. Well, the good thing about that is that's 2 and 2. So when I come up here, I can just go 2 and 2. Same number twice. So graph that one on there. Now, R is over 2 and down 6. I need to switch those numbers, and I need to go over 6 and up 2. We've got to turn it. P is over 6 and down 2. So I'm going to switch those numbers, and I'm going to go over 2 and up 6. And then the last one, O, again, this is an easy one because it's just 6 and 6. So I can go 6 and 6 again. Again, you want to use your ruler. Connect your points. And the square should look the same. The difference here is, if you look at the letters, they're in different locations. They have turned a little bit. Okay? This shape turned that way. So down at the bottom, we have to do true or false. The orientation of the figure did not change. That means, is it facing a different way? It is facing a different way. It's been turned a different location. So this is false because it did change. The corresponding angle measures in the pre-image and image are congruent. So this is a square, so it's got 4 90-degree angles. This is also a square, so it's got 4 90-degree angles. All the angles are still congruent. This is true. All right. And the last one is a dilation. These are our 4 transformations that we've studied. The last one is a dilation. It needs to be dilated by a scale factor of 2.5, okay?